the sixth love language is inclusion. Include me in your day, include me in your plans and in your schedule, include me in your ideas, your dreams, your thoughts, include me in your outings or staycations. Let's do, like, quotation. And I was thinking we should, quotation. This is a love language. This is what I'm talking about.
Wow,
Like,
a
it's,
sixth love language. This is new.
child, everything is a love language. And it's probably not a sixth love language, but I just wanted to share that with you because I think it really explains what I'm trying to say.
Mm,
Like, people want to feel considered.
mm,
A huge part of quality time is not just the action of having the quality time, but what actually allows you to say yes and to be eager about spending time with someone is knowing that this person truly wants to do it from a place of love, a place of them wanting to include you. If they
mm,
do it out of obligation, you might start saying no.
mm.
Because time is never really vacant. You find out that, yes, you don't usually work after 5, and that time you usually use it for maybe resting or something else, but now you have to use that for work.
Yeah.
And if that goes on in a cycle where you're just like, I'll work anytime and I'll do this anytime, that lack of organization and that lack of like time blocking to really just get work done and done for the day can really just turn into this cycle of you're always working. Now you're working 24/7. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's funny because we're just speaking about this today, how I want to be more like, I want to be better with my time management and, planning my day out and also sticking to the plans that I have set.
You know what I'm thinking about?
What are you thinking about?
The afang soup. Yes, the afang soup that we had this afternoon.
You're still thinking about the afang
Yes.
soup? Why? What about the afang soup was so amazing?
It was so good. It was so good. Like, sometimes with soup, it gets better over days. But this one was made last night. So my expectation was just like, okay, maybe it will be good, maybe it will not be good. But then I ate it. I was like,
wow. I just have one question to ask you.
Yeah, I already know.
Who made the?
So predictable.
Who made the?
So predictable.
Who made it? Who made the food that made you feel so nice?
Okay, let me think about it.
What do you mean? I know who made it.
Oh, who made it?
No, actually, you should answer this. I know what you're doing. You're trying to get me to praise my own self. I'm just sitting here waiting for praises.
You're so humble, babes.
Thank you.
Such a humble man.
Thank you so much. So who made it?
Who made it? It's a really good question. Let me think. Can you give me some time?
I'm really mad. I'm really mad. This is spoiling the mood. Just say it.
Give me some time to think about
all right. We'll get back to this later on, eh?
Yeah.
Let's just keep it going. I have an icebreaker question for you.
Okay. Is it in the fridge?
I have an icebreaker question for you.
You know you want to
I have 3 ice. If I have 5. Just to get you focused on these questions.
Okay.
That's me laughing at the joke now.
You're laughing at your future joke.
No, the one that you cracked that I didn't want to laugh at.
Oh, it finally came out.
It finally came out, but then you see, it didn't really land.
It's like when you hold in a fart. I can't relate, obviously, but when people hold in farts.
She said she never farts.
Moving on.
Well, moving on, there's a few questions I might have to come back to later on.
Okay, like what?
Afang soup.
Okay.
Someone made a very nice soup.
Why are you doing like this?
I'm making a point.
You're pointing towards yourself when you say someone made.
I mean, technically,
what happened?
And then there's the fourth question. The icebreaker questions I have. Okay. What are the 3 things on your to-do list that you would love to do next year?
To-do list? Not goals, just like things.
No, not that deep. Just fun things that you would like to do.
I would love to deep clean more. Just deep clean the house.
Okay.
steam some things,
Okay.
scrub some things, Yeah.
All right. So that's one.
The deep cleaning, there's a
It's
lot of
just so deep
items.
cleaning is one, two, three.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair dues.
Mhm.
Well, today our topic is gonna be on quality time.
Ah.
Quality time and specifically spending time together with your
Mhm.
partner and working from home and still being able to create time for some nice quality time with your partner.
Yeah. Is
Um,
this quality time right now?
Absolutely. For me, this is quality time. This is kind of my love language, as quality time.
Yeah.
And, I like when we are not distracted by
Mhm.
technology, whatever else,
Yeah.
just we're in our own bubble.
Mhm.
And all day we've been doing things together.
That's true.
Not
We're
just
very much in a bubble.
Yes, not just all day, even like all year, we've been pretty
Oh
much in our
yeah.
bubble. Um,
It's also because we have a business together.
yes,
We work together, we love each other. So there's like that work and personal mixture.
and I have now transitioned to working from home, which means I'm
Mm.
more available at home. I see you more often than last year, for example. But yeah, I really love it. I love this. This is quality time, and this is an
Yeah.
amazing. We should do this more often, like every single day.
I would say yes, but we literally just set up 3 cameras. And I'm just hoping that one of them is good enough. But that's besides the
Which one
point.
is it? This one, this one, this one.
No, just the main one. Because it takes a lot of effort. And every time we do the setup, there's always a little bit of like bumping of the heads, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think we should do it every day. I think we're doing it at the perfect quantity.
I'm very sad to hear that, but
You're
more realistic.
sad?
I am truly sad
Why?
because I would love to do this every day. I mean,
Really?
technically, we do it every day, but not in this setup. We talk all the time about
Oh, of
things.
course. Are you talking about just talking?
Uh,
Because you said do this. You see,
yes,
communication is a big thing
do
here.
exactly this every day.
Okay,
I know
well,
I am in my fantasy world when I wish for that. I know it's not realistic.
it sounds like you're talking about two different things.
In a realistic world, I would love to do this every day,
Okay.
but it's not realistic.
Are you talking about just talking to each other every day?
Nope.
Or filming a
Doing
podcast?
exactly this, filming a podcast.
Oh, okay. I mean, you never know. From your mouth to God's ear, for us to do that, we would definitely need a team.
Mm.
So we can pray for that. We can hope for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I like it. Okay, we can move on from this. I think this
I
is a
do
good
have a
place.
question though.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how quality is this quality time? 10 being the best quality time ever.
Oh, okay. Okay. I would say 7.5.
Whoa, you added a fraction?
Yeah, because
Wow.
7 is very average. Like it's great. It's good. 7 is good, but I want to
Mm.
just elevate it more than good.
770, that's like my number. Like it means it's good enough to just take it. Yeah. So it sounds like there's a lot of areas for improvement.
Well, yes. I mean, the reason that it's not a 10 out of 10 is
Mm.
because, like, it's been a long day.
Yeah. And
It's a
plus we've
long day.
had better quality times.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It could be better, but I think I'm about to elevate this from
Ooh,
7.5
okay.
as we go because I
We
know our
ready?
conversations are always like,
We
top
ready?
notch. So yeah, about quality time. Did you know I
Mhm.
gathered some data and I found that there's 3 times more jobs that are
Mhm.
remote in 2023 as opposed to 2020. So if you compare those 2
Wow.
years, 2020 to 2023, there's 3 times more remote jobs now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because during the pandemic, I think a lot of companies started making changes, right? And some companies realized that people are just able to be productive anywhere. They don't have
Mm,
to be in an office.
mm,
And some people took full advantage of that
mm,
to just not have a physical office
mm.
and to have a remote situation, fully remote or hybrid. Yeah.
Funny thing you say that because I actually also found that a company saves $11,000 per employee from them working remote. So companies are actually saving
Yeah.
some money from getting their employees to work remote. So it's kind of a win-win, I would say. And many
Yeah.
employees are saying, you know what, this is a good fit for what we do here. It keeps people kind of more like, more enthusiastic about what they
Oh,
do.
yeah.
People are definitely happier working from home than going to work every day
Yeah. I'm just
in
curious
person.
what's in the 11,000.
Well, I don't know that, but we can have a discussion about it.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think is in the 11,000?
Um, Excuse me. It's been a long day. I think I just did a mini yawn.
I didn't see it. I
I'm not
just like,
bored of our conversation. I'm actually quite thrilled. I just feel like the coffee is kicking in, and it's the second cup as well. So let's hope that it does kick in fully very soon.
or else somebody's gonna. Yeah. You will wake up,
Oh, I'm
right,
awake.
babes?
I'm here. But 11,000. What is in the 11,000? Honestly, I don't know because I feel like a lot of companies still send out laptops.
Funny thing also, I also found out that not too many companies actually pay for their employees to work remote. There's not that many like you would think.
Like, what do you mean actually pay?
You know how like to work remote, to set up your remote work
Mm-hmm.
environment, like the laptop, the chair, the
Yeah,
table, some companies will actually pay for those
yeah.
equipment, but not too many companies pay for those equipment. It
Really?
was about a 30%. I'm serious about this, and we can put like a link to the article. I did find that.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think maybe the savings could be from some type of benefits.
It could be just the cost of, say, Wi-Fi for the whole company in that building.
Yeah, like also, yeah, you're right. Maintenance of the building or the facility, maybe
Parking,
electricity.
paying for parking spaces for your
That's a good one,
employee.
and also electricity, right? The amount of usage, the
Mm,
bills go down there.
wow.
So I think that's probably a big part of it because that's the big difference, right? You don't go to work you're in a facility in a office. You're more working from home, so
Mm,
you as the employee incurs the cost of those bills.
I see. Wow. I'm
Yeah.
I'm actually learning a lot
I
already
know that's
from this
that's why
conversation.
you're here. That's why they're watching. That's why we love this podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, about us. What do you think has changed in our dynamics? Obviously, we just started living together recently,
hmm
very recently. But what do you think like is the most amazing part of us working together from home?
Working together.
Working from home together.
Working from home
Yes, because we're not
together.
working together from home. We're working from home separately, but
hmm
because we're living together, we get to see ourselves more often.
We also work together.
Yes, but not 9 to 5.
Yeah. I think the best part is that, let's say we want to have lunch together, which is quality time. We can do that, you
Yeah.
know? Like, we can have more time to spend with each other. And, of course, still respecting the boundaries of our employment, the 9 to 5, while we have our lunch break, we have in the morning. I actually used to spend an hour commuting to work and an
Mm.
hour back. That hour can be used to make breakfast for both of us, and then we actually sit down and have breakfast together. So
Mm.
that's one of the big benefits.
Absolutely, I agree with that. For me personally, I just recently transitioned from working in an office, going to work every day to working from home.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, just the fact that I can see you more often. We get to do some things during the day, eat together, even just talk. For me, it's the
Yeah.
conversations.
Even like a quick hello.
Yeah, like I just sometimes just come to bug you and I'm like, hi.
Hi, babes.
And then also like we also get to cook sometimes together a little bit more often than I would say. Obviously, in the past we will cook after work, after hours together if we could. But now we can do breakfast together
Oh, yeah.
sometimes. We can do lunch together.
Mhm.
I think those are the big things. Also, we can also like go for a walk during the day, in the evening, and a little bit more than we would.
Yeah, just really making the best out of that lunch break or those hours before the morning.
Yeah.
And even right after work, like work ends and it's like work has ended. Like, I don't have to add in the commute time of
hmm
getting from work back to the house to actually see you.
Yeah, and also we do more DIYs together these days. Remember the juicing days?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we did some juicing. It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's nice. Obviously, if you had a kid and all that stuff, it changes the dynamics there. The house is not just for both of you. You kind of have to share with other people too, other people like kids, people. I only speak for the part that I have experience with. I think it's nice, but I also found a statistics that said that 69% of employees that work from home are still feeling burnt out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
What question comes to mind when you hear that?
I guess I just wonder if it's because it's not easy to actually stop working
Mm.
when you work from the same place that you sleep, you know? Like it's the same house. Like you could wake up in the night, open up your laptop and start working. You could
Yeah.
wake up early and just go for it and start working.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know if I'm surprised by that as much as I am just curious to know if they shared why when you were doing your research.
I mean, some of the reasons are that you during the 9 to 5,
Mhm.
you don't really have supervision.
Yeah.
Like you said, you could end up doing a project after hours just because that's what fits maybe the day. Maybe in that day you had to attend to other house
Mm.
duties, stuff like that, doctor's appointments, stuff like that. It's just coming up for you. And you
Yeah.
had to then move the project over to after hours. But that also means that you're also, juggling housework, being a
Mm.
family person with also work.
Yeah.
And if you're not very timely with your time management,
Yeah.
you can get really, really stressed out.
Mm.
If you go to the office, usually it's like, okay, you have this time to do X, Y, and Z. It's a little bit easier. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that office work is not stressful. It's definitely more stressful than remote,
Is
but
it?
it's very, oh yeah, because you have to commute to work. That's a whole stress level
Okay.
by
Yeah, I can
itself.
see that
That's a big one.
aspect. Yeah, I can see that aspect. Um, I do agree with you that perhaps the flexibility of saying to your manager, hey, I'm going to step out for an appointment, and then you are literally just going to do that work when you're back. But that could be outside of your 9 to 5 hours, and you're just like, hey, there was this work I needed to do, I'm going to do it. But, because time is never really vacant, you find out that yes, you don't usually work after 5, and that time you usually use it for maybe resting or something else, but now you
Hmm.
have to use that for work.
Yeah.
And if that goes on in a cycle where you're just like, I'll work anytime and I'll do this anytime,
Mm.
that lack of organization and that lack of like time blocking to really
Hmm.
just get work done
Yeah.
and done for the day can really just turn into this cycle of you're always working. Now you're
Mm.
working 2/4/7.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and
Mm.
that's funny because we're just speaking about this today. How I want to be more like I want to be better with my time management and
Mm-hmm.
planning my day out and also sticking to the plans that I have set. I do plan my days
Yeah.
out, but sometimes it can be very difficult to kind of be distracted. That's
Mm-hmm.
something we're going to discuss as well. The distractions that can come up working from home. But for me personally, is the accountability piece, right? I want to be more accountable to my own time,
Yeah.
to my own self, to my own work that I have assigned to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very, very important to get that part figured out to reduce the stress, right? You want to still work as if there is a deadline, like literally right now.
Oh yeah. Like I was reading about this concept of getting your quick wins. And sometimes when you want to just like get the work done, you just want to stack your wins,
Mm,
like do the things you can do and just like motivate yourself to do the harder things.
mm,
It's almost like you're training yourself to see that you can do it, you
yeah,
know. And if you feel like you're struggling with boundaries when it comes to working and avoiding that burnout, just commit to getting it done within the window.
yeah.
Just do it, try it out, and eventually you're going to see that maybe you can do it. You truly can do it.
This is something that I also heard somewhere is that you should not get into the habit of procrastinating
Oh
and
yeah.
kind of not doing the things you want to do for yourself
Mm,
because it ends up being that, oh, that's just who I am. That's just what I
mm.
do. This is just what happens. I just commit to things, but I never really show up and get it done. You want to win. You want to win and then win, use that win for another
Oh
win,
yeah.
keep it
Mm-hmm.
going. And that's something that this year has been like huge in terms of just showing me that.
Mm-hmm.
Learning so much just using that principle. And I want to learn from that principle moving forward, just kind
Yeah.
of win and keep going with momentum.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a good lesson to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, this is another set of questions. Are you ready?
I'm not sure.
Don't worry, the questions are going to be way easier than the other ones.
Okay.
What do you think are the three activities couples do more often than single people together?
Three activities. Eating.
Yes, that's
Lots
one
of
of it.
food. Traveling. New experiences.
It wasn't the top three, but I'm sure it's up there.
Um, Eating, traveling, sleeping.
Oh, yeah, now that's number one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so number one was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's just night, right? You sleep for 8 hours at night, that counts for
Yeah.
leisure. Watching TV was the third one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sleeping, eating together, and watching TV together.
I see. Watching TV.
TV or like something your
Mm-hmm.
phone, laptop,
Yeah.
some type of, something you're watching together.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I mean, it makes sense, right? If you think about it, like sleeping together, obviously, right? You're couples, you're living together.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping together makes sense, and that's also leisure. It's just nice to sleep and wake up. That's one of the pleasures
Mm-hmm.
of being in a relationship is that you
Yeah.
sleep with the person you love and you wake up with the person you love.
Yeah.
And eating together, of course. Why would you want to eat by yourself if you can?
That's interesting.
Why would you want to eat by
I
yourself?
can tell you why.
Why?
Sometimes some people
Mhm.
that we don't know,
Mhm.
they are so deep into the work, whatever that work is, and they just can't pull themselves away to actually come and share a meal with the person they love.
What if? Okay, this is a great point, and I think this needs to be addressed. What if?
Mm-hmm.
What if you make one time in a day to eat together? The one
Yeah.
time that you can eat together, you make it work.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
how does that sound? Is that feasible, or is that something that's difficult sometimes?
Again, I think when people work 9 to 5, there's just this expectation of come home for dinner. And dinner is at 7. Let's all eat together, things like that. But when you work from home and you're basically snacking all day, it can turn into I'll just eat when I can, and the other person is just gonna eat when they can. But I do feel like there's a lot of value and benefits in intentionally just eating together, especially if you get to turn off the devices and actually just chat with each other.
Yeah, I think I think it's tough some days. We all
Mm,
have different schedules. Our schedules don't always align.
yeah.
Yes, we work from home, but there's things going on in the day. I'm out, you're doing something. I'm in, you're now doing something else.
Mm,
Um, but it's like you said, to carve it out, even if it's not eating dinner together, like even if it's in a week, you get to go out together and grab something.
mm,
For me, I think that's intentional, especially when your schedules are obviously different
yeah.
and you can't obviously have lunch together at the same
Mm-hmm.
time or dinner at the same time. Even if it's once in a week, to just grab something together.
Yeah.
Even in your car, you sit down and eat pizza in your car, which has happened before. That's nice, right?
Mm.
So doesn't have to look like the traditional way of sitting down on the dining table to have dinner at 6 p.m. together.
I'm open to either. If there's food, I'm in.
Very easy to please in this
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. If there's good food, whether it's on land, in the air, on the sea, in the
In the
house,
sea.
on the beach.
Oh, you mean the beach? Okay.
Yeah.
Because in the sea, I think I'm drowning at that point.
I think you can swim, babes.
But can we swim together?
What are you trying to say?
We ain't swimming together. Who's gonna save who?
I know what you're saying. You're trying to say that I can't swim, right?
And also, I'm not that great enough to save you.
Why would I need saving? Why did you start by assuming that I'll need saving?
Do you need saving?
No, you did the assumption. So you should
Am I wrong?
share. That's not the point. The point is that you assumed it. So you should talk about.
You know
why
what? I'm
made
gonna
the
talk about this.
assumption.
You can't
Okay.
swim.
Wow.
You cannot. You don't even like water. You don't even like drinking water. Am I going too far?
Yeah.
You don't like drinking water. It's okay. We'll just leave it at that. That's where we can leave it.
That's nothing to do with nothing. That is so unrelated, honestly. Unrelated, babes.
Is it?
Yes, unrelated.
How so? Expatiate.
Okay, moving on.
But yeah, I think being intentional, right, about time, making time. Honestly, these podcasts are amazing for that, for us.
They are stressful, but anytime we do it, it feels really good to work on something together, to build together, to just talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of our goals for next year is to create more content. And that means doing more projects with this beautiful lady over here.
You talk about me?
Yeah.
It's all about me?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah. Doing things more like that together, intentional, because, content is not, you cannot randomly create, I mean, maybe you can, but there's types of content that you have to really plan out and, do a few things together. That's team building.
Content is like a whole other topic. A whole other topic that we can make time for.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we recently started our YouTube channel and we don't even really promote it. And we now have 100 subscribers.
As of right now.
Yeah, I was kind of praying for this. I was like, Lord, we're at 99. Bring us to 100. It will be great to end the year on 100,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I'm sure we're going to grow by God's grace. We're going to keep going strong. It's just also nice that we have found something that we both enjoy doing. There was a question you didn't answer. Who made the afang soup?
We're back to the afang soup.
Oh, I reminded you. I told
we were
you
talking
that
about.
you didn't answer the question. So we're going to come back to it.
Okay. Just so that we can move forward. You made the afang soup.
Oh,
What's going on?
I feel great.
As you should. Or maybe humble greatness. How about that?
I should get a bigger collared shirt, like the one that's really big.
You know what you should do? You should get a helmet so that if your head gets big, because it's already growing right now.
A helmet?
Yeah, the helmet can help you in this situation and try and control it because your head is just getting big.
I don't like the idea of a helmet. I don't drive bicycles and bikes.
Your head gets too big. Someone can just poke it and it will burst.
You know what? You should buy me a helmet for my birthday.
Do you even understand what I'm saying to you?
Buy me a helmet and I'll wear it.
I should help you and enable your inflating ego that is making your head go
Helmet
big.
is a safety matter. You're gonna make me a
this one
safer
is not
person.
about safety. This one is about your pride.
I'm not prideful. I have no pride within me.
You don't mean it.
Well, I'm going to ask a different question. I'm going to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
What are the challenges that make quality time difficult?
I think there are many things, right? Like sometimes unexpected distractions, right? There's the phone. There's also sleep. Sometimes you just want to sleep. Like
Wow.
You're tired. You're done for the day. You don't want to talk to nobody else.
Okay.
Even if you love your partner so much, you're just like, I'm maxed out.
But sleep is a type of quality time.
Nah, it ain't.
What?
It ain't.
Maybe it's not quality time with your partner because it's your own sleep. That's your own personal nap time.
Excuse me. Can we just define quality time before you start running me around? What is quality time in this conversation that we're talking about?
Quality time is time where you spend just to, de-stress.
No, that's not what we're talking about. Quality time as a love language is basically what we're talking about. That's why we've been talking about like spending time with the people you love and all of that. Are you changing the topic in the
So,
middle of the
so
conversation?
sleeping together is not quality time to you.
No, I don't think so. I disagree because if I'm passed out, what has that got to do with you? I'm
Passing out.
sleeping.
Okay, how about passing out together?
Are we in
Cuddling,
each other's dreams?
cuddling just before bed, and just
Is
like
that sleeping? Why is this confusing? When you're sleeping,
hmm,
inside your sleep, are you having quality time?
yeah, I'm relaxing.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
But that's not quality time.
Okay, I think I know what you mean.
Okay, can I even just say, because I think this is a good segue,
Mm.
being physically present
Mm-hmm.
is not quality time. Investing your efforts and engaging with the person that you're with is quality time. That's why a lot of people will say, well, I'm always with you. And then another person will say, well, I still feel lonely because you ain't with me. You're here on
Yeah.
your phone.
So if we sat down together like this on our phones, not talking for an hour, that is not quality time to you.
No. And even if it was, it's like very low quality time.
Well, I think I know I think I know what's going on here.
What is
For
going
me, sometimes
on?
spending time together, just like sometimes you're over there, one corner of the house, I'm at the other corner.
Yeah, we've
And
already
just
had this
yeah,
conversation.
just
and
knowing,
it's not quality
just
time.
know again. But to me, it is. Just knowing that you're there,
You know what?
hearing you hum.
You know, how about, okay, I do not hum.
Your headphones.
I don't
I'm like,
hum,
oh,
and I
I
don't hum
love
like that.
hearing this. This is amazing. For me, that's quality time enough. I have a very low bar for quality
I
time.
just can't get the out of my head.
No?
I don't.
Me too, I can because I hear it all the time.
No, you
No?
don't.
It doesn't happen? So what do I hear then? What's that noise I
Next
hear?
time you hear it, you should learn what the humming sound
Or
is.
what does it sound? What is it?
I don't know. It's definitely not a.
Is it a
Sing it, child.
Are you
It's
laughing?
not it,
Are you
but
laughing at me or with me? Are you entertained?
it's just.
You can't be looking backwards. There's nothing there.
It's just that you're so committed to this.
Yeah, like I thought it was but if it's too low, is it like the
Can you breathe? Are you breathing?
the hum? That's the end of it. You just
Okay.
hum and then it's
Do
over.
it again.
No. No way.
Anyways, you standing on one side of the house and me on the other, and then you're over here like, but we can see each other, hence the quality time.
Yeah, I think this is also why I need to learn other people's version of quality time, your version of it, because my version is just nothing much has to be happening. That's why sometimes I just come around you and just hang out.
Yeah.
And I say nothing. I'm like,
Oh God.
I'm like, nice quality time.
No. But I do have to say this though. Just because this is real life, you're not always gonna get high energy quality time all the time. Sometimes you're both tired and coexisting in a space is gonna have to count because it's like you're so tired, but you know that you're building this life with someone that you love. And that person just staying near you just is that comfort that you need.
Yeah.
But that's not the norm though. Or at least it shouldn't be because that is not the best type of quality time, but it's still good for that moment.
I think that's why I count it as quality time because it's better than not seeing you for 8 hours or 10 hours or 12
yeah, but
hours.
it's giving bare minimum energy.
I know, and I am guilty for this. I'm pretty sure.
Why are you out here confessing your things to people?
I'm just talking to you.
Are you? Nah, this podcast is to the world.
No. They're okay. They can relate.
They can relate.
A lot of people can relate to this,
Okay.
But I think it's important to understand what your version is, what your spouse's version is, because
I honestly don't think it's a version. I think it's a definition.
I don't think so.
I really think
But we
so.
disagree. So like, if we were to, and also I also told you that the statistics says the number one way people spend time together is sleep.
And I think they're right that people do spend time besides each other sleeping. And you also see a statistic saying that a lot of people spend a lot of time, most of their lives, actually, as you grow older, you spend most of your time with people at work. What does that mean? That you have more quality time with them than the people at home? I don't think so.
Well, you actually spend most of the day at home. 8 hours maybe at work, but most of the rest of it is usually at home.
But
Except if you don't come back
but
home
by the time you
straight.
get home and you eat dinner and you sleep, not really.
Sleep counts.
Oh my goodness.
The
Child.
statistic says the sleep counts. And to me, it makes
I am
sense.
rolling my eyes.
Okay, think about this. Think about if we didn't always spend time sleeping together,
Okay.
which many people do, right? Many long distance relationships have to, because they're not living together, they're not seeing each other more often.
Just because you miss someone does not mean you get to just add it as quality time. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, are there certain times where, you're with this person and they're holding you and it's almost like that cuddling before you sleep and you're like, oh, that was great quality time. Yeah, I can see that. But once you sleep, you don't know. Like, do you know what's happening around you? In
You
your
know
sleep?
that,
No, tell me about it. I feel like you're about to
of
say
course
yes.
you do know. You know why you know? Because if you hear a sound at night, you're going to be awake.
Some people will not wake up.
Snoring can wake other people up.
But it doesn't wake everyone up. Does that mean that did your research show that when couples are sleeping and people start to snore, that no longer counts as quality time?
No.
Because is it quality time when someone is like,
I love having him there. Salavi, life is great. I love the snore. I miss him when there is no snore.
Actually, I've heard that someone actually started recording their partner so much so that people were listening to it to help them sleep, almost like white noise. They put it on Spotify or something.
Okay, that's a little bit not crazy, but like no. But you see
You
that?
never know what people are into.
But you see that? You see that
See
person?
what?
That person thinks
The same thing you said no to.
that person thinks
trying to use it.
that person thinks that snoring is like this comforting. You know that noise is comforting at some point.
Nah.
Okay, oh, you know what?
You're stretching.
We move it. We move it. We have to move it. The one I agree with is phones can be distracting. Can
Really?
be. Yes.
But
Not all the time. Sometimes I want to be on my phone.
Space.
Yeah, sometimes I want to be on my phone, and that's okay.
At least you're awake when you're using your phone. You're telling me that the one when you're sleeping is actually a better.
You're telling me that if I was to put my head on your laps and pass out for 3 good hours.
If I'm awake, I can count it. But you, what are you counting? No, in your sleep, what exactly do you like? Nah, I think you know what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna rest my case.
Yeah, I rest my own case too. I think. Yeah, I rest
You're not
it.
going to concede.
No. No. The viewers will decide. They will let us know what they think about this. Let us know what you think about this. Do you think sleep counts as quality time?
With me, don't let us know. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear it.
I'll be the one answering all the comments. I think it's the interesting thing. I don't think it's quite straightforward as you think. I don't think so.
I think sometimes you like when you can take simple things and try and make them complicated.
Of course, that's like my territory.
Okay, let's
love it.
move
I
on
love
then.
it.
I think I fell for a trap.
Okay, so what other distractions do you see, or other challenges? It's a better way to start it. What other challenges do you see come up with quality time?
Apart from distractions, there's just communication. Like it's so easy to quality time when things are good. And that's why I don't count sleep. If things are good or bad, unless they're seriously bad between the two of you.
Now you're getting to something.
Then you're still gonna sleep on the same bed.
Now this is like a great point, because communication is like, for example, what is quality time to you? If I didn't know what that was, how could I even change my own habits to make sure that it works for you too? If something came up in my day, right, this is another communication thing that happens. I had a bad day, came back from work. I don't want to discuss it. I want to be myself. We don't talk, or I am being like in my own headspace. I avoid eye contact or with having conversations about
But
work.
then we sit down side by side. Shouldn't that be quality time?
It depends on what the both of you feel about it,
Nah,
right?
nah, that is BS. That is BS. See, when someone is trying to avoid you, they are creating a wall.
Okay, I can see that.
And that wall is there even if they sit right beside you. That's why you hear all these romantic movies and shows. They be like, you need to let me in. You need to let someone in. You need to allow people to get to know you. It's because people can create a wall.
Okay, what if you came back from work
Hmm.
and you really had a bad day? You don't want to discuss it, but your wife comes sit down beside you, and that makes you feel just more relaxed. You
That's
don't. You
why,
never discuss the thing,
but
but it calms you down.
yeah, and I can see that. But what I would say is that I do feel that that quality time is more for you than for her. Like
Absolutely,
you're
yes.
feeling the comfort and you're
Yeah,
feeling that, but for her, she's just kind of hoping that eventually you're gonna say it. Like they're giving you space, really.
yeah.
So that how is it quality time when the person is literally saying, take the time that you need, the space that you need. Um, but maybe if you guys move on to like watching a movie together, like she moves on from trying to figure out what's going on with you to actually like, let's just do something else together.
Yeah.
Then that is quality time. But if it's just that the person is just kind of, maybe he'll tell me.
Mm.
No, that is not quality
That's why I
time to
want to
that
hear what
person.
she has to say. If she's the one and she can tell, right? If she maybe she can't tell that something is going up here.
Yeah, yeah.
And to her, this is just what they do every day. You guys spend time together watching
But you know,
something.
if you cannot tell when your partner is pulling away, you're only having good quality time.
See, I don't think it's that
I'm sorry, but
black
I
and
stand on
white.
this. I really do because it's like how are you not knowing that your partner is going through a lot unless they are faking it? And
That's
if
an
they
example.
are, then to you it's quality time.
Mm-hmm.
But to them,
Shitty,
yeah,
shitty inside. They're just faking
exactly.
this happiness,
Yeah.
and so so I just know what happened
Can
there.
I just say
I know what
something?
happened there.
What
Like, oop,
happened?
what? You just banged your chest. Why do you bang your chest when you have something on your chest? Like, honestly,
You're making it sound like some cute thing. Why are you hitting your mic?
I was banging my chest
You don't
like
want to
King
do
Kong.
feedback.
Feedback?
Nah, let's talk a little bit
I
about
think
your
I think
King
I think I
Kong.
get it.
No, I heard your King Kong
Oh yeah,
situation. What is that?
chest. I have
Chest.
chest. I think we
Yes,
should
you
show
do.
like
I
chest
think
right now.
every human has a
No, I
chest.
actually have chest.
Did you say you want to show your chest right
Like
now?
the quick one. I just glance at you like, phew.
I would now like to move on,
Really? We're
please.
gonna talk about King Kong.
Nah, it's fine. I think I'm entering into that your world where you just take us through, you know.
A maze.
Yeah,
Life is a
and you
maze.
think you're going forward, but this guy loves a good conversation. So I'm
Oh
just gonna be
yeah.
like
That's why
everywhere.
we're here, baby. Okay. What were we talking about again?
Challenges. And I was thinking
Okay.
about communication and how it's important and how it's easy to have quality time when things are good. But when things aren't good, it's really hard because if you don't know how to communicate those things and how to switch from just this mindset of it's my problem, I'm gonna deal with
Mm.
it, and I'm not knowing that you're blocking your partner out, then what could potentially happen is that, like y'all ain't gonna be close no more, you know?
Yeah, I
And
can see
yeah.
that. If it continues, if a pattern
Oh yeah.
continues over and over again, come back from work, you're feeling stressed, you don't talk about it for a whole year, 2 years. Oh
Mm,
man, then that's a problem. Be honest, right? Be
yeah.
honest. Share your feelings.
Hmm.
Your partner is your partner in crime, and support you. It's okay.
Partner
Some
in crime. What y'all
it's
doing?
you commit crimes together.
Okay, we do not
Legal
do that.
crimes.
Legal crimes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Legal
Like we steal each other's
crimes.
food. That's a legal crime.
Have you ever had a frozen liquid before?
That's ice.
Frozen liquid.
Ice. Like put
Is
an
it
ice block.
liquid?
I mean, it was liquid and then it became frozen.
Okay. So what is it? Liquid or frozen?
It's ice. Ice, baby.
I just knew you were going to say
You
that.
knew it?
Yeah, it played in my head and I was
Wow.
like, let him say it.
Yeah, like telepathic.
Nah, what I'm trying to say to you is it's either it's frozen as in ice or it's liquid as in water. So you can't be out here doing legal crimes.
Oh, the whole black and white thing. Yeah, you have
Not black and white. It's literally like you saying the wall is like translucent. I don't know. My head is spinning.
Welcome to my maze, people.
You can't say legal crimes and say black and white. Like I'm the problem that I see black and white. It's either it's legal or it's a crime.
She's trying to figure out why I am giving frozen liquid a name. It doesn't exist. There is no such thing as frozen liquid. But I just called it ice. And you're trying to logic that.
Let's move on, please.
When you figure it out, please let me know.
Nah, I'm out. I'm out. I wanted to share this with you because you seem to not really get this point while we were prepping for this. The perception of not being included is also another reason why a lot of people don't have quality time together. It's not about organization, which we have talked about. I actually found this quote. It says, the sixth love language is inclusion. Include me in your day. Include me in your plans and in your schedule. Include me in your ideas, your dreams, your thoughts. Include me in your outings or staycations. Let's do, like quotation. And I was thinking we should, quotation. This is a love language. This is what I'm talking about.
Wow,
Like
a sixth love language. This is new.
Child, everything is a love language. And it's probably not a sixth love language, but I just wanted to share that with you because I think it really explains what I'm trying to say. Like, people want to feel considered. A huge part of quality time is not just the action of having the quality time, but what actually allows you to say yes and to be eager about spending time with someone is knowing that this person truly wants to do it from a place of love, a place of them wanting to include you. If they do it out of obligation, you might start saying no.
Okay, you've brought this up to me in the past, and I really got startled by it because I really don't get it. Because I think I know why. I'm assuming that you're in a relationship already with someone you love, which means you are already included by default.
So love is a status?
Not status, but love is implied in the relationship.
I don't believe
in a loving
so.
relationship, let me say specifically, not just any relationship,
But
a loving one.
A loving relationship can turn unloving. Slowly, gradually. It's not always like a switch where you go, oh wow, we have now entered into the territory of unloving relationships. Welcome to unloving relationships. Nah, you think you're being loved until one day you realize that you're not.
So it's not like a smooth transition. And these are the things that could lead you to feeling unloved and being unloved.
Like if someone doesn't share their day with you, they don't think about you, they don't show that they're thinking about you, or it's all this, again, implied love. Like, of course I love you. I married you 20 years ago. But of course I love you. And yes, you can say that obviously if they hated you, they would divorce. But there is a huge gradient between love and hate, or love and wanting to divorce, or marriage and divorce. Like, there's a whole gradient, and it's like, are you hot? Are you cold? That's what people are literally saying with that statement. Like, of course we love you. Even though I would have left you, but that's not true. I could just coexist with you in the lukewarm where we become roommates?
See, this is why I love talking to this lady. I learn new things. I expand my knowledge. I become more aware of things that
Okay.
I miss.
Hmm.
Honestly, because I'm thinking about so many things.
Really? Now I
Why are you
wanna
that
know.
surprised?
Because I'm just like, I don't get it. What are you thinking about?
So, I am thinking about again, I think this is where it is for me. When you're single, you
Hmm.
do a certain thing, you get into a habit of spending quality time a certain way. When you get married or you're in a relationship towards marriage or just dating to see if it works, you have to do things differently. The way you spend quality time in the past has to change.
Mm.
Um, I'll just relate it to myself. Soccer. Love watching soccer. Football matches.
Was that your quality time?
Oh yeah, I will
But
consider that quality time for me.
but again, I really believe quality time is about the couple.
So I'm talking about when I was single. This is me when I was single, right? Now coming into the relationship doesn't really count as quality time anymore. It does still for me. Like I could spend the entire Saturday morning, 7 to 2 p.m. watching
Mm.
soccer straight, and I'm happy. Especially when we win, of course. But even if we don't win, I'm happy I watched the match. Um, But in a relationship, that doesn't work really. Like, imagine I spend my Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., watching soccer
Well, that's not
without
quality
my
time.
partner. That is not quality time.
Nope.
But it is to me. So, what do I then do? Because I'm not including you in that. That is not something you want to even be part of, really. What do I do
Yeah,
there?
inclusion does not mean what's it called now? Complete codependency.
Okay.
Like you can include someone by just saying, "Hey, I'm actually gonna be watching soccer this morning," and then that way they're like, "Okay, I will then go do my own stuff,"
And is that good?
and then we can then say, "What do we want to do later today?" Because
Okay.
like weekends are usually when we spend time together.
Mm-hmm.
Versus just like you thinking only about yourself, like I'm gonna watch soccer and like sure I might see that she's busy doing things in the house, but I'm just gonna act like I can't see it because I'm
Right,
gonna
I
watch
know.
soccer.
So even while doing all that, soccer watching and whatever I want to do, still just having that chit chat,
Yeah,
still feeling like, we're not separately
exactly. It's
existing.
about team, being a team, and about just being a team. It doesn't mean that we're all doing the same things at the same time, but
Mm,
we're like, I'm running late for
mm,
dinner, but I'll be there. I'm just running late. That way, the other person's like, they didn't forget
mm.
about dinner. They just are running late, right?
I hope my guys are listening to this. Pay attention.
Why are you out
Because
here
they
like,
don't always say this explicitly. Can
yeah,
you please help me?
explicitly,
Thank you
babes?
very much. Explicitly.
Mm.
Um, you have to sometimes figure it out by yourself. You didn't know, man. You didn't know that it was that insane to just do your own thing. Pay attention. Listen. Listen.
Sure,
Listen.
babes.
Because honestly, nobody teaches you some of these things, right? Maybe you learn it from other relationships or just by knowing and being more perceptive than most people. But most of the time, we don't know this. Maybe I'm speaking for myself. Maybe I'm projecting. Again, I'm beating my own chest, but maybe I'm projecting here.
Let me just say this. A lot of times we reserve our very best for outside the house. Like when you go to work, even if you're going for lunch, a lot of times you say to your coworkers, not even your manager, just someone that you work with, "Hey, I'm heading out." And then if you know you've been out, let's say more than 30 minutes, you just give them a heads up. You don't just do your own thing
Mm.
and then come back to the office. And if someone is like, "Where have you been?" You're like, "Ain't none of your business. I'm my own man. You can't tell me what to do." Like, you don't get defensive. You kind of know that you're in a team
Mm.
and people are going to kind of look for you and things like that. That is exactly the same thing. Marriage is teamwork. And generally, people don't bother people at work because they know 9 to 5, you have an obligation to your employer.
Mm.
But then outside of that, it's not unusual for your partner to wonder what your plans are.
Mm.
And it's very nice and thoughtful when you offer those plans in conversation so that it doesn't make the other person feel like they are extracting it from you all the time or bugging you, but they see that you're sharing it. You're like, hey, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. It doesn't mean you have to say every single detail of your day
Yeah.
either. And it doesn't mean you have to share every day, but you do it consistently enough
Mm.
that they begin to feel like you genuinely are just sharing this with them.
No, for sure. I think it's a good point to bring up. Include everyone in the
Mm.
relationship. Take everyone along with you.
Yeah.
Small things, big things. Just let them know. It's nice. Makes you feel loved, right?
Mm-hmm.
And included. So, really good
Yeah.
points. So I just wanted to discuss the things that have worked for us in terms of spending quality time together. Even when it's busy, but we still make it work. The things that have worked for us there.
Are you asking?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think for sure having a shared vision. I know I found this Bible passage, Luke 11, verse 17. And we can just pull it up actually. The Bible verse is Luke 11, verse 17. And it says that Jesus knew their thoughts and said to them, any kingdom divided against itself will be ruined, and a house divided against itself will fall. And so I think that having a shared vision just really helps. It helps with making sure that your resources are coming in together and supporting you towards that goal.
Mm.
And because of that, you're able to align better and have better quality time together.
And that's the inclusion piece too, right? Doing things together as a team. It can bring out the best in both people,
Yeah.
and it strengthens the relationship.
Yeah, and you're able to utilize each other's strengths.
Very good.
Yeah. So what do you think worked for us?
Well, being intentional for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Being flexible as well. Yes, there's intentionality, but also schedules change. The plans that we make has to
Yeah.
change too. If we're too stuck in our ways, then it's difficult. Then we're always like, oh well, oh well, oh well, excuse,
Yeah.
an actual legitimate excuse. But again, a pattern. When you start having a pattern
Mm-hmm.
of this habit going on, where you're not able to create quality time together, then it's difficult. So for us, I think, just we always have like dates planned out in
Yeah.
advance. Something we want to do, we just kind of write it out. Something we should do more often too, as well, is to continue to do that going forward into the new year. I think it's worked for us, and I think we should keep doing it.
Yeah. And also just giving each other grace. Sometimes you can make the plan when you feel like you're gonna 100% be able to do it.
Mm.
And then things change. And
Yeah.
you just need to give each other grace. And it can be annoying because you both agreed to do it and now someone is not able to do it. But funny enough, you might be surprised that tomorrow you're in the same situation. So it's just nice to give each other grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Did you have a Bible verse you wanted to share?
Yeah. So I saw another Bible verse that I think is really relevant. It talks about that two is better than one. And it's Ecclesiastes 4:9-12.
Mhm.
Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. I mean, just listening to that, I really believe that God blesses marriages. And I know we keep saying this, but it's true because we've seen it. Putting two heads together to work towards a shared vision, twice the resources, twice the manpower, twice the support. Yes,
Yeah.
it does work. They have a good return for their labor. It means the things that you put, those resources in and you're trusting God for that, it does work out. I'm not saying single people that things will never work out for them. I'm just saying that the Bible is saying that two people is better than one. And then also, if either of them falls down, one can help the other up. Honestly, in Canada, when you're single, you can start feeling like a lot of things are not set up for you. cost of housing, cost of renting, it's just really insane right now. And I think that it's one of the reasons why a lot of people are living together, even when they don't even know if they're going to get married. It's because things are expensive.
Yeah.
But if you find a wife or a husband, well, no. If a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Hallelujah. So if you meet the right person for you and you get married, just know that God wants your marriage to succeed. Especially if, of course, it's faith-based. And even if it's not, honestly, that's a different topic. So let's just stick to it. And then also it says, but pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Of course, even if you're single, family can help you, all of that. But I do believe that the support you get from your partner is just different. And maybe it's not everyone's experience, but my experience is that the support that I've received from this handsome chocolate man over here has been different. Okay. And then that was
Love it.
3. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Honestly, I don't think they had teddy bears back then, because you could use a teddy bear and a pillow.
But it's not the same warmth as mine.
True that. So that's a word. So there's that. And then though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. And this happens like when your partner is down, you are that encouraging voice to them. You speak life into their purpose, into the things that they're working on. Yeah. And most importantly, a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. So do you know what the 3 strands are for? What was that?
God, husband, and wife.
Wow. Yay.
Yay. She'd be like that thing falling off from the skies.
Confetti?
That's the thing. You know it.
Yeah. So we just really want to encourage you, if you're in a place where, you're just trying to figure out how to have better quality time with your spouse. It does take a lot of intentionality, and just know that a lot of the things that you're dealing with, a lot of people are dealing with it as well. And all you've got to do is decide to work as a team against what is not working versus pointing fingers at each other, right? Because you're both on the same team.
Awesome. I have one Bible verse I want to share. I'm going to say this again. I think this is a good wrap up from my perspective as well. It's Proverbs 5:18.
Okay.
Rejoice in the wife of your youth.
Wow.
Rejoice. In other words, like, do things, celebrate, be happy, be merry.
Oh my God.
Enjoy your relationship.
Wow.
Especially when you are younger. I know a lot of people that watch us are younger, our age group. So rejoice in that. Like, don't make it a small thing.
Yeah.
You're married, you're young, you guys are, in your element.
Yeah.
Go out there, have fun together, do things together.
Good fun.
Plan your futures together.
Yeah.
Really like up the ante, right?
Yeah.
Like, take it to the next level. Plan amazing things, have goals that you want to set that will make you guys have adventures together.
Grow together spiritually, physically, all of that. Like, I love it. I love it. And it really ties into the word for next year, which, at least for me, is laughter.
Yes.
And I want joyful laughter. You know, the laugh that you laugh from your tummy, it comes in from in there.
I've done a few of that in this.
Yeah, like, I want to laugh, and I love that's just a confirmation for me right now.
Yeah, and people say the Bible is, Christianity is boring and things. Where else do you hear things like this?
I don't know, because it's here.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not all this boring, things. Like, we want to enjoy ourselves, and it's okay to do it in a healthy way, in a good manner.
Oh yeah.
With your spouse.
Oh yeah.
So go out there and get some quality time going for yourselves, and spend some time with your lover, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Yeah, spoil her. That's my advice. Spoil her
Yeah.
with food, with love,
Oh, yeah.
with attention,
Yes.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
Rejoice because you have found a good thing in a wife.
The end.
Woo, woo,